Hello, and welcome to the 6th game of this limited Sabbat Chronicle, A Bit of Ultraviolence. As a warning, this is an adult game dealing with dark and potentially triggering subject matter. If something feels like too much for you, feel free to take a break, skip a scene, come back later, or whatever's best for you. So with that out of the way, let's meet our cast once again. And as you can see, we are short one cast member today, but don't worry, because you'll be seeing them later. So for now, let's go ahead and start off with Zach.
Hi, I'm Zachary Vaudo playing Dante Edmonds.
And Andrew.
I'm Andrew Strother. I'm playing Ezra Cohen.
And Sam.
Hi, I'm Samantha McLarty, and I am playing Wright.
And our special guest for this evening, Elise.
Hi, I'm Elise, and I'm playing Douglas Beck.
And I am your storyteller for this evening, Lex. So let's get started. When we last left our pack, it looked a little different. They'd left Ezra on the roof of Dante's Haven to sober up a little, and taken the fight to the Toreador Primogen herself. Things almost went to plan, if a plan is what you want to call it. They infiltrated, they vicissituted, they had different ideas about how to go about it, and in the end, Wright got her diablerie. A fine plan. By the end of it, though, they'd once again gone their separate ways, with Christina choosing to take her own path, while Dante and Wright went back to pick up Ezra again. So with that, let's go ahead and rejoin them. Wright, I believe you were driving this time?
Yep.
Right. Did we do your drive roll last time, or do you want to make that again?
I don't think that we did. I don't remember, though, honestly.
Well, go ahead and make it again.
I was just like, yeah, we can do it now. That's fine. What am I rolling for? Drive and... Dex?
Dex.
Dex? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a great dice pool, guys. Oh, Dante.
It's better than Christina's.
I got one critical success.
One critical success.
Yeah.
So it's not good driving, but it's not as bad as some of the nights so far. You do eventually arrive back at Dante's Haven, alive-ish.
So yeah, park the car somewhere and get out and just, so... Do you want to go, like, are we gonna go, like, through the building and back up like we did the first time? Or are we gonna take, like, a ladder? Like, how you wanting to do this? Because, like...
Well,
it's your place. I don't wanna...
I took down the emergency fire escape so that people couldn't climb up onto my roof and sneak in at me. Obviously, that didn't work out so well last time.
Yeah, you should get better security, I think.
I'm not usually here. But
fair.
I think we can probably go through. If anybody did still remain in there, they're probably well distracted at this point.
Oh, you can make a couch if they are.
I have better uses for them.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Let's go collect sweet little blood drunk Ezra.
Yes, and thank everything that you're not in the same predicament. I don't think I could handle two of you tonight.
Oh no, I can handle my shit.
Apparently
it's not my first time.
Well then, let's find our wayward child. And I will lead Wright the quicker way inside up the stairs to the roof.
Perfect. So you guys arrive up on the roof, and when we left Ezra, he was just sort of propped up against one of those convenient waist-high walls, staring up into the ceiling, or up into the sky. But it's been, about an hour or so, and the blood has sort of cooled through your system, and without Christina here negging you along, you've managed to sort of put your brain back together when you hear a set of footsteps coming up onto the roof with you.
And as you all kind of walk up, you see me, not where you left me, but I'm sitting on the very edge of the roof, just kind of like hunched over slightly, like looking out at the city. And as I hear those steps, I would have left me too. That was the right call.
We thought it'd be better just if you had some you time.
It's
You good now?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm still just kind of looking out. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'll just walk right up and lean right next to him.
And I kind of look over, and for the first time, I'm not like over the top, like, oh, what the fuck? But just in a world of shit you're not prepared for, that kind of tops the list, you know.
Understandably, you get used to it. You get in touch with the beast inside, and things work a bit more harmoniously after a while.
It's really not that philosophical. Honestly, it's literally just food. In a different form. Ish.
For some people, it's food. For some people, food is a philosophy.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, do y'all want to debate this the whole time, or did you take care of fucking business wherever you went? And I'm kind of like I stand up and I'm like dusting myself off. I'm like, where the fuck is Christina?
Christina's having some girl time by herself.
I killed her girlfriend, so she's a little salty, I think.
I thought when it became like this, you couldn't have girl time anymore. I thought that was like the no blood. I figured it wasn't going to be a problem. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. No, it's fine. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
We're going to talk about the gender equality thing on a different time. But right now, no, she's having alone time by herself. Wright had her snack. We had things taken care of, like the hair. And now we need to continue to finish off this list until Christina's ready to rejoin the group.
Did anything? I don't know. Did y'all? I mean, well, tell me about it as we go. You can tell me more about it as we go. But like, anything weird happened? This has been a weird fucking night. You know, anything weird about like, I don't know, anyone, the Prince or Larkin or anything like? Did you learn anything, or did you just fucking go in?
Other than the fact that Christina let the Bruja go?
She what? Everything's a bit. Hey, she what?
Really? You've forgotten the flirty back and forth let the Bruja thing go? Okay. Okay, so you remember that part. All right, gotcha. Okay.
No,
yeah,
nothing new.
Fucking got away?
Well, no.
How out of it was I?
Released into the wild to do his anarchy shit.
An agreement was reached. Obviously, he has no bearing on the Camarilla court. So long as we're not going to be tormenting him, he'll stay out of our hair. He may even benefit.
Essentially, he was not our actual target. Apparently, I guess it was like his sire or something, and his sire is dead. So, and then somebody, a little birdie, told him that we were after him and not the sire. So it was a really big, real weird communication thing going on, and I just kind of figured Larkin is double crossing us.
We're about 50-50 on that. It could go either way.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a given. That feels pretty clear. I mean, did you see the guy? You see that fucking face? Like, you just knew. Anyway, but what we got next? Who is the list? And I look around. I don't have the list on me anymore. I assume somebody took it.
No, actually, you and Christina tore the list in half. So, and I'll reach into like his back pocket and pull out half the list. So you have the end half of the list.
Okay, look, like that was, not gonna lie, it was a pretty great experience, but I don't feel like going through that shit again. So no dibs on anybody else on the rest of this thing. What we got? Like, can I make out a name
I'll
on the
take
half
your
I still
cut.
left?
We've only got a few left at this point,
Feel
I
free.
think.
It's true. There are only a few names left on the list at this point. There is a Harpy listed on there who Larkin has said is sort of a nobody. There's, of course, the sheriff. There's the prince. So really, there's only one name left on the list for you guys, and that would be the keeper of Elysium, Mr. Beck.
Anybody
like
hungry
it's-
for some Elysium Keeper?
Seems reasonable, I'd say. If we're thinking that the prince might be holed up at Elysium, it would be good to get rid of the groundskeeper first.
And I don't know about y'all, and admittedly, you've been around a little longer than I have, but every Elysium keeper I've met has been a fucking pushover. So really, we should have gone for this shithead first.
Well, we were going in numerical order.
Fair. But shall we? I assume you still have a car. Christina didn't take the car. It seems like she would take the car. She's a car taker kind of person.
Oh no, right.
She had her own.
Good. So we're good to go. So the night's running short. Shall we?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. But one thing first, Ezra. And I'm gonna punch him. Like just full on.
Yeah, I assume I deserve that. That seems like a thing
You were
I
owed
probably
that,
deserved.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were very, very rude, and typically when somebody is rude, they don't get a punch to the face. They get worse. But you were also blood high off your first diablerie, so I gave you a little bit of leeway on that. There's
Yeah,
your one.
I've picked up on the rude thing. I'm starting to tune into that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate the warning,
That means she likes
as it
you.
were. It means something, I'm sure.
It means I don't not like you. I don't hate you.
That's progress.
All right. How about we go warm up with a keeper before we find Christina and hit the bigger names?
All right. Am I driving again? I'm totally driving again. Yay!
We've answered that question.
And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
kind
sure.
of skip down. I'm gonna go off skipping.
Follow behind.
And as she kind of skips off, just kind of quickly to Dante, I'm like, so did Christina leave? Did she leave town? Like, I mean, is she coming back? Like, I mean, not that it matters. I'm just like, there was.
I
We
am
were trying to do
absolutely
things
certain
together.
it doesn't matter. I did not get the impression that she left permanently. She made it seem like she has every intention of coming back. Of course, nights the way that they are, it could go either way, but the intention is to return.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. Well, hey, the three of us, we got this.
Absolutely.
You do that thing where you go into the ground, and Wright does that thing where she fucks everybody's brain, and and I think of a plan that we don't use. I mean, between the three of us, we got it covered.
It's perfect because that's exactly what happened when we were there with Christina, so it's a good matchup.
I don't know about being the proxy for her, but sure, that's fine. Okay, let's go to the car.
There's more of a parallel going on, and I'll walk down to the car.
So you guys head on down to the car. Ezra not entirely pleased about this comparison, despite the, shadows still kind of trailing along at your heels here. The comparison's perhaps a little more apt than you want to face. So on the hit list, it says that Mr. Beck is a toreador who keeps a yacht at a marina called the Lions Bay Marina. Dante, being somewhat familiar with this city, you know that it's not especially far from here. It's definitely on the nice side of town. This is not the crappy waterfront. This is the good waterfront. This is the $1.5 million property taxes waterfront.
As to be expected of a toreador. Well, if we follow the water line down, we should make it to the marina just fine. At this hour of night, I don't think we'll run into too much security. And then it'll just be a matter of finding the right boat.
Cool. I'm just gonna start driving, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before with the music. I'm just gonna hit the scan, and that's what we're listening to over and over again. Just the scan going on. He's scanning different stations. Mixture of different music genres and static.
It's very all-encompassing.
It's
I always wondered what it was like in this. It all makes
I mean,
sense now.
you get the best of all of the worlds,
Equal
few
opportunity.
seconds here and there. It's like you can sing to this song for a minute, and then the next song comes on, and you get to jam out to that song, and then it's just a whole I mean, it's a ride.
It's certainly a choice,
I completely understand.
a choice.
And the static gives you an opportunity to reflect, really inner reflect,
Yeah, maybe
Totally.
reflect a little less and you got a fucking car. Okay, all right. This is. I never thought I'd
Do
miss
you want to
Christina's driving
drive, Ezra?
No, I'm not really a driving type. I'm more like
All right,
doing
then.
exactly what I'm doing right now.
A backseat driver.
I'm sitting in the front seat, but your point is well made, shall we?
Ezra has that big I don't drive, I get driven energy. Right, do you want to reroll your drive, or do you just want to let that one crit roll?
We'll let the one go.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
So, it continues to be a very sketchy drive along the waterfront. And yet there are no speed traps, there are no police. It's almost as if there were these other things going on in the city that have gathered their attention somehow. Can't imagine what those might be. Not the multitude of locations that have been left on fire, certainly. As you go along, you see the city change. You've actually seen a fair portion of the city through the course of this night. You've seen your business center, you've seen the crappy side, you've seen all sorts of things, but this is a quick cross into affluence. The houses get bigger, they have yards, they have multiple garages. It is clear that you have reached the part of the city that not everyone gets to see. Probably not even all of the kindred have this kind of influence in the city. The marina is very easy to spot. It is quite large. There are a number of boats ranging from very expensive, very fast-looking speedboats up to a few yachts that have been docked there. There's a parking lot, but the actual entrance into the marina is gated for now.
Is there like a security guard booth or anything at the gate, or is it just like an automated click and open?
There is like an automated click and open, but there is also a security guard sitting there. And unlike some of the other security guards you've seen tonight who have tended towards the underpaid and overworked, this is not that kind of person. This person is sitting up, they are paying attention, they see you, whether you drive by or whether you pull in, you haven't said yet, but this person will be aware of you if you choose to approach.
What are you thinking, guys? Ezra, want to do your little mind fuck thingy?
I don't know. You're a big fan of your own mindfuck thingy, so it's, I mean...
Oh, if I do my mind fuck thingy, he's not gonna even remember a combination to let us in.
That's a fair point.
And no offense, but I'm dressed the best out of any of us, which makes sense for this part of town. So, y'all
Disagree,
wanna
but go
hang tight?
ahead.
And I'll go do my thing.
So both of you are like, excuse me, and Ezra is not at all concerned about your excuse me's. So do you actually pull into this parking lot? Do you park like on the street?
I probably pull into the parking lot.
Sounds good. You guys are still in the stolen car, correct? Christina left with her own original car, right?
Yes.
All right.
The one with the custom floorboards.
Yes, the one with the custom floorboards. The slightly moaning floorboards.
They're quiet.
They're quiet now. So this is a pretty adequate car you're driving. Like, you would call it a nice car pretty much right up until you pull into this parking lot. And it is clear that this car is minimum 10K less than the next cheapest car in this lot. So without even a moment's hesitation, the security guard is already keeping an eye on what appears to be a low-class, sketchy group showing up here as Ezra gets out to approach.
I get out, I fix my hair real quick. Act like the car isn't a thing. Like, the car doesn't exist. I just walk up and I kind of raise a hand. Again, run my hand through my hair. I've got a very expensive like Rolex on my wrist. I very much try and flash it as I go. And I walk up close so I can kind of get within, 5-10 feet of the guy.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, here's the thing. My fucking car broke down and the freaking maintenance shop had to drive me and look at that piece of shit. But they had to drive me here. I'm trying to get to my boat, but I left everything in the car. It was crazy. But if you could just let me in, I mean, you know me, right? and I lean in and I'm just dropping, full mesmerize, rationalize on this guy. You want to let me in to help me out of here? And I'll make my rouse check. Pass my rouse with the 10.
Perfect. That's going to be a charisma plus dominate, if you please.
Sure.
That dice is fine.
Five successes?
5 successes? Well, that solidly beats his 0, so.
So yeah, you know what? Let me in. I just gotta go grab the rest of my stuff. I appreciate you. And by the way, is he moving to go ahead and do that?
Yes, he does appear to be. It didn't seem like he was at first, but as soon as you dropped that on him, you saw him start nodding, and he kind of glances down the clipboard and is still nodding along and moves over to buzz the gate open.
As he does, I'm just like, you know what? They're gonna come help me kind of collect some stuff, and hey, I know this is not normal procedure, so no need to tell anyone. Between you and me, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble. But by the way, when we come back, we might be in a bit of a hurry. Make sure you open the gate for us, but you don't open the gate for anybody else. I'm gonna submerge directive that. When he sees us, the gate opens.
All right.
Any of us.
For that submerge directive, I will take another minute plus dominate, please. For that specifically.
That's an even better dice pool.
Well, he rolled a better response, so let's see.
1.
It's a low bar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not a crit, but 6.
Fair enough. He got 4, so he almost stood a chance, but he did not. So he nods and he... No. I understand, sir. I need to get your things and get out of here, of course. And he buzzes the gate open for you.
I don't even look. I just kind of motion over my shoulder and kind of walk in.
Well, you heard the man, I suppose.
All right. And I'm gonna drive through.
Right. So you get through into more of an inner parking lot. This is clearly for the people who either spend a lot of time here or perhaps have some kind of country club-esque membership. The cars in this inner lot are nice cars. These are the kind of cars that would have been parked under the Ventru's building. These are good cars.
Priuses.
Priuses. I don't think so. There's a few Teslas, some other brands that I should have Googled before I ran tonight. Things like that. But you can now see the wharf from here, and the dock and all of that. On the hit list, it did say what the ship's name was. Or what the boat's name was. I shouldn't mess that up. Jay will be mad. This particular boat was named, and it took all three of you sort of a blink to realize that's actually what you were reading. The boat is named the Noble Boy.
Is anybody else getting a little bit of some, it's probably just me.
No, there's a vibe. There's a vibe, right?
Yeah.
There's a spoiled brat
Yeah.
vibe, yes.
Actually, I was kind of thinking a Nutcracker vibe, but whatever. Spoiled brat works too.
Oh, hey, right. By the way, I did tell the dude at the front that y'all are with me. So if on your way out you want to do a little, feel free. Go crazy.
Cool. Totally. Yeah,
Not that you need my permission,
absolutely.
but I want you to know that you have it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you realized that. I was kind of getting a little.
This is me trying very hard to fucking do a nice thing for you.
And it's noticed.
It is absolutely noticed, and I'm totally thrilled about it. Thank you so much. That's great. I appreciate it. Seriously, I do.
Oh no, I believe
very
it. I'm
kind.
taking you at your word. I'm a very trusting person.
Clearly.
You should work on that. But okay, shall we go? Kill a keeper?
Let's go find the noble boy.
Why do I feel disgusting just thinking of saying
Gross,
like?
it's
I do
gross.
too.
It's like a weird thing, and I feel uncomfortable.
I feel like I need a shower now, or
Right?
jump in the
Of
water.
all the things that we've done tonight, this one feels the weirdest.
Is it spelled B-O-Y or B-O-I?
Mr. Beck, is it spelled B-O-Y or B-O-I?
B-O-Y. I'm too old
worse.
for B-O-I. I can't.
That's valid.
Fair.
Maybe it's autobiographical.
So let's get a wits and awareness from everyone to try to spot this boat.
Oh my god, I feel like it's gonna be like
4 messy critical.
Or messy?
And I have a lore sheet thing for that when we get through all this.
Okay.
oh.
I've done it a few times.
Okay. 3.
4.
4. Are you looking to do your lore sheet thing now, or do you want to let me know when we're...
You can tell us what we see, and then I'll go ahead and do it.
I
Perfect.
also have a lore sheet thing.
yes.
I wish I'd looked at your character sheet then. All right. I am prepared for this game. So everyone did pretty good on their rolls. It does not take you long to spot this yacht. It is not the largest here, but pretty damn close to the largest here. It is in what appears to be one of the most prestigious spots. It's sort of out towards the end of the wharf, and it doesn't have neighbors on either side of it, just in case this person can't park, apparently. It is a completely white, gleamingly clean, 65-foot-long yacht, which just narrowly means it's not quite a super yacht, because that would be ostentatious. And emblazoned in black calligraphy style writing along the side is the noble boy.
The storyteller. Thanks to me following the one true way with this messy critical, Dante's going to look over this boat and internally ask his own beast. Things have been getting more and more difficult as we've gone through the night. What don't I know about this situation that I need to know?
Are you, in your head when you ask that, are you asking about specifically, let's say this episode, although you
Yes, I'm
wouldn't
asking.
use that word, or...
So the intended thing is this particular target. However, it is about these situations. So if you, the storyteller, decide to answer in a broader scope, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. So the beast in your head kind of bristles and roils. You can sort of feel that, like, the hackles coming up. Something about this situation is a lie. You are being deceived already.
And does that feel more specific to the situation that we're in right now, or the larger night at hand?
Currently, it feels more specific to the situation at hand.
Okay. Good to know. And then, because of the messy critical, I'll go ahead and take the clan compulsion of covetousness, and as we look over the boat, I'm just going to say in a very strained tone to Ezra and Wright, this one's mine.
Sure, I wasn't really feeling Toreador again. The last one gave me indigestion.
No, there's something more here. I want it.
That's the most direct thing you have said this entire night, and that makes me incredibly uncomfortable. But can you don't be offended, because I don't know a lot about everything that you do. But the thing you do where you touch stuff and you know where things is, does that work with the water?
I've never tried.
I bet it works with the mud, like or the sand, like underneath, like down in the water.
It would work with that, I imagine. There used to be more esoteric ones in my clan that could manipulate the water, but I'm not one of those.
It does seem very situational, like a thing that just like would breed out, you know, because who the fuck needs that? But right now, quite frankly, we do. So do you have any of that in you? Or we just
No, that is an old world practice, and I'm a bit more new world.
Fair.
I mean, we could just, pretend like we're pirates and go aboard and, like, do the "Our mateys, we're, I don't know, taking over."
We are so close to doing a musical, and I'm just so fucking not into musicals. So I mean, we can the whole pirate thing, but I mean, but you're in the right
Pirates
place.
aren't musicals. They're fun, and they have like eye patches and swords and shit, and like I got a sword.
And they sing. I mean, you're one step away from exactly what I'm talking about. I mean,
I'll do the singing. You don't have to do the singing. I can do the singing.
that checks out. That's fine. I mean, I want to glance over.
Oh,
here we go. At least there's no static, you know.
Is all this noise attracting my attention at all?
You're still in the car, but it depends on where you are, I suppose.
This noise is not yet attracting your attention since they are still in the car. To have spotted this, we'll see if they keep up this tomfoolery once they start heading down the wharf.
Most definitely.
But you do see like lights on inside of this boat. And I assume, Mr. Beck, is there some sort of music playing coming from the boat?
You see, Mr. Douglas Beck enjoys wonderfully freeform jazz, and he is actually at this evening on his second level in his lounge area, which is just those long couches with the roll at the end. There's no proper seating here. There's just fluffy pillows you pile on, all of it made out of cashmere. And the best part is that he is sitting on one of these cashmere lounge devices, gazing up at the sky, stargazing, if we will, because I'm going to be using my lore sheet at this point in time.
Okay.
My lore sheet is the red star, which effectively drops me to at least, I believe, it's down to 2 hunger, or I can add a die to any of my disciplines dice pool, which I will pick for my obfuscate.
Perfect.
I am reading that power correctly. And Zach will tell me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
But yes, he's enjoying a glass of wine, ? And he's just lounging and stargazing, contemplating existence.
It's all very, very dramatic and sexy and
he's got his like silk shirt on, and he's got his rose lapel pin. It's unbuttoned, of course. It's lined with silk. It's very Toreador.
I can't. Okay.
Tell you what. The two of you are, well, as you stated, the more classy dressed of the evening. And
I never said I was classy.
that notwithstanding, we are also in an area where you're not supposed to be unless you belong. So obviously, you two would belong here. Why don't you go meet your fellow boatsmen? Make it a social call. And I'll take the more interior way up.
Works for me. I don't have a problem going and just knocking.
Shall we knock together?
Aw, sure, why not? And I'll hold my arm out like, come on, let's do the thing.
I'll crick my neck and take her arm and kind of follow her lead.
And following behind them, I will walk up to the side of the boat, where I will make my rouse checks. I'm still at hunger 3. And I will just press my body against the hull of the ship, and one with the land sink into it.
So you guys were in the car up above. So are you walking down to the boat with them first?
I'll be going a bit more like a wider arc than them, but yes.
Okay. So you can definitely give it a bit of a ways around, but eventually to actually get to this ship, there is only going to be one sort of dock that you can get to from it.
In which case, I'll wait for them to go in before I do that.
Sounds good. So you'll be following just a minute behind. Wright and Ezra, you guys get out of the car, you start heading down the gangplank. The dock. Out of curiosity, do either of you in character have any experience with water, being on boats, being on docks, anything like that?
Not a fucking bit.
Not a bit.
I mean, probably not.
I mean, my dad like owned a boat, but like
I like
if I ever
pirates.
actually goes on a boat. Boats are for owning, not for like using.
Great. I will get a just straight dex roll from both of you, please.
One.
One?
Uh-huh.
One. So you both go to start going down this gangway. But the problem with walking two abreast on a gangway is that you don't have the same gait. So as soon as you step onto it, it is rising to meet you and falling out from under your feet too quickly. I don't know if anyone's ever actually walked two abreast down one of those, but it's not easy.
Oh, Ezra, I think maybe we should do the drunk bit. Yeah, like pretend like we're drunk
we should
instead of like
pretend we're drunk and having trouble. Like you
so-
pretend. We're gonna pretend. Yeah, we're
definitely
gonna pretend.
gonna. Yep, that's what we're doing, and so we're kind of just around, and Wright's just gonna be like, "Please show me the way home."
And I'm like, I'll show you the way home. Let's go home. It's right this way. I got you.
I'm tired and I wanna go to bed.
Mr. Beck, you do hear this tomfoolery.
Oh, goody. I kind of like look out the window of my lounge room and see them, and I just lean back and I go, "That's, I guess they made it, and this is the plan of attack. Interesting. You know what? They are giving it their best shot. I will go out onto my deck out of my cashmere lounge room. And I still have that glass. We're not putting the glass down.
No,
Is
you lose
there
all
a
your power.
sign that says Cashmere Lounge Room?
It's in gold.
Yeah, it is.
I want to live in this room. Mr. Beck's boat sounds awesome.
It is. That's just one of the rooms. Anyways, I go out onto my deck and I'm just gonna kind of try and watch them, but keep enough of like a distance unless they address me. And I just whine.
Had a little drink about an hour ago and it went right to my head. Ezra, sing with me.
I don't know the music that
It's
you
so
know,
pretty.
but I also hope you go to my head. Let's go. Come on, we're going this way. I'm kind of like half stumbling.
Beck is completely aghast that this is the group that's been causing the trouble. This group. This one,
I don't
right?
know about right, but Ezra feels like we're nailing this. Like we.
Wright has no idea if we're nailing it or not. I'm having the greatest time just pretending to nail it, so it's fine.
So it's eventually going to become clear to both of you sort of at the same time. Mr. Beck, they are coming specifically towards your boat. You two, since you're not
I'd like to
actually
send
drunk.
text as well.
Yes, what would you like to text?
I am sure I have the group chat of the Primogen Council.
Mm-hmm.
We're called the Squad on the group chat for SI purposes. And I go, I have
keep
some
resetting
party
the name,
crashers
but
here
Douglas
on my
keeps
yacht.
changing the name back to the squad.
The squad. They hate it. But for SI purposes, I say, I have a group of party crashers. At least 2. If I text again tomorrow night, no biggie. Send. If not, shrug emoji.
Storyteller,
Yes.
can I respond on Pear's phone?
You did take Pear's phone, didn't you?
I'm gonna text back, do you need any help?
So the Nosferatu Primogen texts back, do you need any help?
Nah. It's probably fine. I got this. I'm real skilled at kicking butt. Send.
I'll just send back the skeptical emoji.
I send back a Karate Kid gif.
Texting has ruined vampires in the modern age.
I'll go ahead and reply. I'll come by to check in a bit.
Okay. Send.
Mr. Beck, you do not want the Nosferatu Primogen anywhere
No.
near your boat.
No, but I can't stop him. You can just kind of agree, and then he gets here, and you go, "Great, here's some wine. Leave." That's the most you can do.
It does strike you as odd that Mr. Fields, the Ventru Primogen, did not immediately offer you, for a good price, a hit squad, someone to come check on you, security footage pulled. It seems very strange that he didn't hop on that. That is what he does. But the Primogen chat has been pretty quiet tonight, all in all, so maybe he's busy?
I will definitely. I'll send one more text. This one to a number I'm not supposed to use unless it's an emergency. But I'll text the prince and I'll be like, I have some party crashers. Might be an issue. Double check your surroundings, and if you could, check on our Ventru prince. He might have lost the charger to his phone again. Send. I don't expect a response.
Yeah, you actually see the
Yeah,
dot dot
text the
dot
words,
of typing.
I don't expect a response.
If I could sweat, I would be sweating.
Yeah, the dot dot dot, and then it stops, and then the dot dot dot, and then it stops, and no response comes.
He's definitely okay. Drinks wine nervously.
At this point, Wright and Ezra, you have arrived pretty much at the boat. Whatever your plan is, you have sort of reached the end of it.
And Beck is like there, right? Like on the boat.
Yeah, are you like out on the top
on the deck.
Just like
I'm on the top deck, and by the way, it's probably going to be like at least 2 stories up because the boat's so freaking big. I just kind of lean over and I go away, and I go back.
Oh, hi.
You
How are you?
you're on my boat. It's my boat that you're on, babe. This is my boat. I don't know what this fucker's doing. This is
I am
my
going
boat.
to
You gotta get off my
actually-
boat.
Did you
Oh, my
lie to me? Do you
security.
have a boat?
No, I got like 12 boats. You know,
You
boats
told
are
me
a thing
this
you
was your
own.
boat.
Can I
Well,
call
it's-
my
it's-
Haven security?
yes.
That's one of the dots I have. I will call Haven security.
Are you are you calling them personally, or are you just sending like
There's a button
like
I
a
assume I have. Of course.
Yeah.
It's like a pager. I just go security.
yes.
It's like a big red button, like banks have.
Yeah.
I deserve a button like a bank.
You have a bank
Panic
button.
I have so many buttons. Duh.
Fab. So somewhere else that you can't be sure quite what's going to happen next, an alarm starts going off in a security office. You are, of course, not in the security office, so whatever happens there is going to happen and may or may not intrude on this scene later, which no one should worry about.
It's fine. Just eat them.
Dante, you are coming down at this point, or
I'm far enough away to just watch this. I'm not going to approach the boat until either they get inside or they get sent away and the person that's talking to them from up top goes back inside. Either way.
checks out. All right. So you two do not see Mr. Beck press this emergency button because while he originally wanted one of those big red "that was easy" buttons, they wouldn't give him one of those.
No. I get everything I want. They wouldn't give it to me.
Someone lost their job for that.
Oh, yes. And their life.
Good Cammy, yeah.
I didn't kill them. Somebody else somewhere did. I don't know. I gave them money.
So you two are still standing outside the boat, pretending to be drunk people. Continue your plan, please.
Right, looks pouty. Says, I thought you said that this was your boat. You said you had a boat and we were gonna come back to the boat and we were just gonna like totally hit it off and then we were gonna sail it out a bit and like go to like, I don't know, Tahiti or...
I want to get out of their sight and activate my unseen passage.
No,
What was
this
that?
is totally my boat. I mean, look, this strange vagrant has left, and they're gonna leave, and they're gone. And look, we can check out the port and the starboard and the bow and the stern. We can.
Right,
we
it's
can,
just like yelling, hey, you, is this his boat? Can you just like open the door? Because he says it's his boat and I'm having doubts now.
It's my boat. Go away, a vagranty person. Be gone with you.
If it's your boat, then why don't you open the door?
I open the door of the boat.
Okay, boats
Door.
don't
I
have
open the
doors.
boat
Boats
door.
don't have doors.
The plank just walks.
Right,
up
it's
the side
knocking
and
on the
just
side of this
on.
boat like it's a door. Like, open the door.
Mr. Beck, you're suddenly wondering if maybe these aren't the people who have been causing all this trouble, because what is happening right now?
I'm not that hungry, so I'm not gonna eat them. I'm just gonna let security handle this. I am gonna stay in my unseen passage and like kind of just watch from afar, but being like, what the fudge? Why does this
Eddie-
group, this one? Sure, this is okay. This is the A team. Okay, sure, I believe that.
And she like puts her hands on his shoulders like, Ezzy, get me on the fucking boat. You promised you'd take me on the boat.
And I scoop her up and I take one step forward and we're on the boat. And I put her down. Sit there. What do you want from me?
So yes, he does do that. You see him probably from your cameras at this point, or maybe out of a porthole, because there's some morbid curiosity going on now, as the male scoops up the female and steps from the dock onto the lowest deck of your boat. Because this isn't like the Titanic. There's not actually a full plank that has to come down. It's just a boat you can step onto.
For sure. You know what? Here's what I'll do. Zach will instruct me how to mechanically do this, but I want to use
Casual
Zach.
flash of the rule book. I'm gonna do a thing.
I'm gonna do a thing. I want to use chemistry, to make it look like several security members are coming towards this boat.
Yeah, so that's the rouse check, and then that is your manipulation and obfuscate, and you'll just be creating the visual element of security people.
They're in
walking
the distance. It's not a multiple sense thing. It's just a visual distance.
Right, and anybody who sees it would roll composure and wits.
Yeah.
Against it.
It was manipulation. What?
Manipulation obfuscate after your rouse check.
I passed my rouse check for both my things, unseen passage and chemistry,
Perfect.
and I got. It's not a ton despite the dice amount I have.
Happens.
No bueno. I don't want to burn my willpower yet.
No worries.
They're still
So
human,
this
probably.
What's our difficulty based on your roll?
I got 3 successes.
Okay.
So from everyone else, because this is directed at you, you're going to be rolling your composure wits to see through this illusion, basically.
I got 4.
4?
I got 3.
3?
Dang.
I wasn't rolling. I was also reading the rule book, so I could do a cool move in a minute.
There's gonna be a lot of that tonight.
Composure wits.
Yes.
Yes. Next game, I'm going to show up with just like the Wraith book to just pass by the screen. It's not going to matter, but...
Sorry. Never mind. I'm actually not subjected to this because I was not within eyesight of the vampire, but these two are.
Yeah.
5 with a crit.
All right, so...
Ooh, 5.
So the two of them will see the illusion of guards walking towards them, and they can tell that it's not right.
And I'm just gonna tug on Ezra, and she's like, "Oh, are you breaking up with me? Is this how you're gonna break up with me? Are you literally gonna have people escort me off your boat? What the fuck, Ezzy? You were gonna get laid."
You can't break up a thing that never existed. I want them here to take you away from me because I have somebody else on this boat that I care about more than you.
Was it the vagrant?
It was
Are you
the
sleeping
vagrant.
with the vagrant? Ew!
The dirtiest of the dirty. Take her away, security men.
That is so gross. Come on, everybody knows crazy is better. And you don't get any crazier
The
than
dirtier, the better for me.
Ezzy, breaking my heart.
Douglas is just
Take her
watching.
away,
He's just
boys. I gesture at the phantoms.
No, you can't catch me. I'm just gonna take off running, like full run. Drunken stumbling. Yeah, drunkenly running like zigzag pattern all the way there.
So there's now either an assassin on your boat or a drunk girl.
Are you on the boat?
Yeah, they stepped onto the lower dock, or onto the lowest of the
Okay.
decks.
You just took off running. Okay.
I would like to also activate Labyrinth Trail, please.
Okay. That is going to be your manip and obfuscate, please.
Yeah. That's a good roll for me. And I don't have hunger. Yay! Gonna invite somebody recently. Alright, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
6.
Yep.
Alright. And just for the sake of ease right now, we are going to get a resolve and investigation from both Ezra and Beck, just in case you end up having to involve yourself with this.
And I'm sorry,
Resolve
that was
an investigation, you said?
Yes, resolve investigation, please.
I don't do a lot of whole investigating, fellas.
I have people for that.
I have people for that. I have neonates for that.
I have neonates for that.
the noble boy don't investigate shit.
No. I'm the noble boy. I do noble shit.
3.
Like lounge. 1.
1.
1.
I'm sorry. What did you get, Ezra?
3.
3. 1. Okay.
I don't do that.
What was your roll again? Right? Was it 5? Did you say?
I thought it was it 5 or 6?
It was 6.
Oh,
It's definitely more than 1 and 3.
It was definitely more than 1 and 3. So if at any point either of you try to track right down or follow her through this, you will not be able to. Whether or not you do later on is sort of up to you. Just keep in mind, it does not work if you try.
Okay.
So, Ezra, are you going to try to follow your drunk girlfriend into this boat, or are you going to, come up with your own plan?
Oh no, where did she go? I must find her. Come back, sweetheart. And I run not in the same direction she ran. I'm looking for like a stairway to go up.
Beck is sitting there like this. This is the scary Sabbat I've heard so much about. This is how I die? This. Right? This is really funny. This is such a good joke. I will continue to stay hidden and out of the way so they cannot find me because I'm sneaky.
Sneaky.
I'm gonna wait for
Dante, I
security to
imagine-
get here.
In fact, actually, as you are waiting for security to get there, you do get a text back from the prince. You feel it vibrate in your pocket. Obviously, you have it on silent because you're not an idiot. So you have a text from the prince that says, sending security immediately. You have Aiden's full support, ETA 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool, you text back to the prince.
Yes, I certainly do. He knows me. I'm just a chill villain. Chilling like a villain. He comes to the lounge parties, slumber parties.
He does not come to your
No, he
slumber
doesn't. I
parties.
say he does. No one believes me.
It is your life's work to get a photo of Prince Aiden in your cashmere lounge.
He will sit in that beanbag. One day. I'll use a boon. I'll use like a life boon on him. Make him sit in the beanbag.
Okay, I want to abandon
That's my
this game and
desire.
run that game.
On my my character sheet, my ambition now is Prince in beanbag.
Sold. Dante, you
Yes.
have roughly seen this
Yes.
thing that is happening here. Is this about the time you'd like to?
Because I cannot see or hear this person that was on the boat anymore, and they've all jumped in. I'm going to count to 20, and then squeezing the little squeezy frog. I'm at hunger 4 now. I'm going to take on the appearance of Pear, and I'm going to walk down. I'm going to walk down to the boat. Once I get onto the boat and out of potential sight, I will sink into the boat.
Right. So first off, as this frog gets squawked,
I didn't know about the frog.
it's something you know very well. Pear, the Nosferatu, very much loves his amphibians. He's always carried a frog. He always has frogs with him. He has one of those keychains where when you squeak it, the eyes bug out of it.
Of course.
And suddenly you see, in fact, Pear, the Nosferatu, coming down the walkway towards your boat.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna remain in my unseen passage and just watch what he does. Because he said he'd come here to help me. I assume he's gonna investigate. We're gonna find these guys. Kick their butt.
So I'm gonna get onto the boat, and once I'm like in the boat, thus I would assume that nobody can see me who is looking from the outside. I'm gonna drop straight into the floor of the boat, and I'll be one with the land. So I'm now
One with the
completely out
land.
of sight. And if I pop back up, I'll look like Pear.
Perfect. So you haven't done this much with
Not on a
like
boat.
No, not on a boat. It is a distinctly unique feeling. This is unlike any kind of road or building you've ever done this with. The boat itself is clearly not alive, but there's a sensation of being alive that comes with it as the boat is rocked by the waves, as you can feel the barnacles on the bottom. You can also feel wear and tear on the boat that you didn't see when you were walking up to it. This pristine white boat that seemed like it had never been out on open waters a day in its life. Now that you're one with it, that is not true. this boat is not new and shiny and fancy the way it seemed to be presenting itself to you. Ezra, you also get a text at this point.
I read it.
Your mark called for help. No help is coming. You're welcome. Have fun. L.
I just type back eggplant emoji splash send.
Phones are a mistake. Technology was a mistake.
There's an elder sentiment
Yeah.
if I've ever heard one. So I think now that everyone is safely and eggplantily upon this boat, now is a good time to go ahead and take our 5-minute break. So we will all see you back here in a few minutes for the remainder of this quote-unquote plan.
Oh my
It's going
lord.
splendid.
Welcome back. So, when we left off, everyone had gotten onto the Noble Boy. Some of us on the deck, some of us melded into it, some of us hiding on it. So, Mr. Beck, what exactly do you want to do right now? Are you just going to kind of stay hidden for the time being?
Not only will I stay hidden, I am now going to use Fata Morgana to make an intercom on this boat. Actually,
Perfect.
not an intercom. A duplicate of me standing at the far end on the other side of the boat, away from real me. Let me see. It is manipulation plus my obfuscate.
Yes,
So it
please.
Bloop.
And everyone else is going to roll an int plus awareness for this.
Extra. And then I have a lot of these. I hope they roll well. Okay. I'd like to use my willpower to reroll 3 of these.
Sure. 3.
Yes, please. That's much better.
3.
Thank God.
Wait.
Okay.
3 critical, but that adds 2, right? So 3, so it's
Yes.
5. Okay.
Okay. Dante, you're still part of the ship, so you're gonna...
I'm still technically in the vicinity.
Yeah.
So I rolled 4 on that one.
4?
But I'll message you.
All right. And how did we do, Mr. Beck?
6.
6? All right. So this illusion, do you want it to actually be like a facsimile of you, or are you wanting it to look like a hologram? What exactly
No,
are you
I want
hoping
it to
achieve?
literally just look like me right now. Still, glass of wine, of course.
Obviously.
At the other side of the ship going, I know who you all are. Let's work something out. I'm sure I can figure out a way to adjust my plans to align with yours. You can stop the drunk act, by the way. It's cute, but you can relax. I've seen better plays.
So Ezra and Wright, just sort of depending on where you are on the boat, just for the sake of the scene, you either see or catch sight of or hear what appears to be Mr. Beck at the front of the boat. Dante, though, as you have some certain powers here, you are aware of this person who has appeared at the front of the boat, but
Seemingly
you are
out of
also
nowhere, it seems like.
seemingly out of nowhere, but you are also aware of this other person who was already on the boat when you melded with it, who has not moved from their position.
I want to keep track of that one, but I'm still curious as to who this one is.
But Ezra and Wright, you catch sight or at least sound of this person, seemingly offering you a deal.
I drink illusion wine. Of course.
It's illusion tasty.
I'm trying to look to see eyesight. Okay. I am going to I'm gonna stay hidden still. Like I'm just gonna keep my labyrinth up for I'm definitely in a place where I can see what's happening, so but
Okay.
I'm not gonna come out just yet.
Ezra, are you also going to continue your search? You currently do not have any reason to believe this isn't Mr. Beck. We could say, are in a position that you could call back to them and answer without having to, come out and approach them.
Except I did know that the guards earlier were fake, right?
You did.
So I do have a bit of a vibe. I'm gonna kind of keep an eye, and my intent was to go up these stairs to the top deck where I saw them with their weird cashmere room. And so I think I'm gonna kind of warily keep an eye, but continue moving up.
All right. So this figure on the front of the boat just continues to kind of stand there but you were heading up to the cashmere room.
I will also openly again address them. I'll be like, listen, I'm sure you would love to just rip me to little shreds. I like not being ripped to little shreds. So let's work something out. I can definitely meet at least some of your needs. And we don't have to do this messy business of whatever it is you've come here to do. I'm a very sociable person, and for one, and he sets the illusion wine down and he goes, I don't subscribe to the same beliefs the rest of the Camarilla do. It's fine if you do your Sabbat thing. It's not my flavor, but I'm not going to judge. I'm not a judgmental man. I can definitely be reasoned with.
Ezra's gonna keep climbing the stairs because in his head this just sounds like somebody's fucking groveling before I've even like threatened them. Which like I'm like, this is good. Like we skipped ahead to the easy part. Now I just have to find them and we're already there.
As they all move that way, I'm gonna leave the boat.
You are leaving the boat.
Pink Panther theme. Sneak off the boat.
Only
With my
Dante
unseen
can tell you're
possible.
leaving the boat.
I was about to say.
I don't know
I was about to say. Are you you're going to like that particular like walkway exit off the boat?
Yes, I am
Okay.
trying to exit this boat.
I'll wait till you get there.
Okay. Thanks.
So you are feeling super successful. These people are so fucking stupid. They are doing their little search. They're all busy with your figure you put up at the bow. This is a joke, right? And you start heading towards the exit, and you are, one tiptoe about to step over onto the dock.
And I've been waiting because I can't quite see. I got a general sense of where it is, but this exit off is relatively narrow, space-wise.
Yeah.
So as soon as the feet hit there, that's when I'm going to start rising out, and I'm just going to grab the ankles,
The
which I think
ankles.
will break your obfuscate at that point,
Probably.
and just start rising up. And as I'm holding on, I want to attempt to start flesh crafting.
So, Mr. Beck, you have 1 foot on the deck,
I have
1 foot on the
rapid reflexes.
side.
Does that change anything?
You can't see me until I
Gotcha.
come out of
No.
the ground.
But when you
No.
go to grab me,
My hands are literally coming out of the
Yeah,
ground.
the hand
grabbing
literally
you, and
comes
then I'm
up out
coming
of the
up.
dock. We'll
Gotcha.
say that, he only gets you by 1 ankle in that
Yeah.
case, because you have 1 foot down and 1 foot up, so he gets hold of one, and as he comes up to get the other one, you're like, oh, fuck that.
okay. Go ahead.
So Dante, you want to start flesh crafting just like immediately?
Yes, which obviously I'll have to keep hold of Douglas in the meantime.
Can I resist in any way? Yank
You
my
can
foot
attempt
out?
to get away from me, or you can
Perfect.
either use stamina or resolve to try to fight it, or you can try to physically break away from me.
Can I see this happening?
If you're still near where we entered the boat, then you can see it.
Yeah,
I
so
was
Ezra,
keeping, yeah.
You will not for now, because you are headed back up. But we'll say in the next, little bit here, you reach up to the top and you look and you're going to see what is starting to go down. Pretty much once you resolve this. Right, you were sticking around, so you're almost surprised for a second because, like, you didn't see Mr. Beck leaving until suddenly he yelped, and you're not really sure what's happening until you realize that there's a seemingly disembodied hand coming up out of the floor.
I'm going to make my way over towards Mr. Beck.
Well, we still have to resolve if he's breaking free from me before.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
you are headed that way. With full confidence, you're like, we've got him now. Mr. Beck, are you attempting to break loose?
With stamina and resolve, I'm gonna resist this, right?
Yep. So what'd you roll?
A 3.
Cool. I rolled a 7 messy critical.
Oh my god.
So in addition to the flesh crafting, because I've already got that covetous thing going, and I'm coming out of the ground, you see pear coming out of the ground, by the way, as you
Gross.
feel your legs start to warp. And I'm going to bite, hang on, what's it called? I'm going to bite right into the femoral artery. And I'm going to start attempting to drain, because I've messy critted twice now.
It's true, and
I'm trying to
that
basically
beast is
melt-
hungry.
I'm trying to melt these legs and eat.
I will need to know how that works. Hang on, I'm looking something up.
Yeah, when that happens, Right will walk up and she's just gonna go, shh. Darling, it's best if you don't fight it.
Okay, I open my coat and I would like
Chemistry.
to. Okay, sure.
Hang on.
Yeah.
With
You
my
open your coat.
with my with my unliving hive, rain centipedes onto this hand that has me, and they're the biting ones too that are very venomous. They're huge. They have pincers.
I don't care. I'm messy critted out. I'm latched on. I'm latched on to your inner thigh. Just drain.
I also want my centipedes to attack this crazy bitch who's approached me as well. Centipedes, go! I choose you. Go, centipedes.
So, right, you get your whisper in. You know, shh, just let it happen. And the last thing you expected, the very last thing you could have expected in literally the entire world, was for the fancy pants Mr. Beck on his noble boy short of super yacht to open his jacket and expel several hundred centipedes at you. This
Are
is...
they real centipedes? Like legit real centipedes? Will Daunt work on real centipedes to make them go the fuck away?
I don't know. I think they don't have enough intelligence.
Yeah, and
They're real
plus
stupid.
we could say that some of these centipedes are like, fuck that. But not all of them. They're, you know, the smartest of the centipedes, the Einstein centipedes, decide to fuck off out of this situation. The rest of the average centipedes are like centipede noises.
Bite, bite, bite.
Yeah.
So, storyteller.
Yes.
Unwilling subject resists with the user's margin counting. The user's margin counting as vicissitude successes. So that means I had a margin of 4.
Okay.
So the 4 things I'm going to do is I'm attempting to melt the legs, melt the face, and infuse each arm in as I continue to drain. I'm trying to immobilize.
All right. Ezra, it is right about this time that you reach this cashmere lounge, which, let's be honest, is really more your speed.
I'm gonna find this fucking guy. Where are these other jokers at? Like, that dude's up here. Like, look at this. Okay, look, cashmere on a boat. Weird choice. Lots of water, but I respect it. All right, let's look around. Where's this guy at?
And you turn and you see out the back window this scene playing out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, this is I'm just gonna kind of like crouch down, not quite like Spider-Man, like in a powerful way, but just like an exhausted, like hands on your knees, kind of like, all right, let's watch and let's see what happens. If they need me, they need me, but let's see what the kids do.
No, exactly.
Truly the most shocking part of this is all these centipedes, and you're not sure who brought that to the mix.
What the fuck is Dante doing? Gee, oh my god. Oh, why am I missing Christina right now? This is painful.
Yeah, without question, Christina would be up here with you. You guys would be chilling on a cashmere couch watching this, drinking Mr. Beck's expensive wine.
Or in my head, she'd be doing the shadow arm thing, and this would be done already. There won't be any fucking centipedes already. This whatever.
Ezra is so far beyond tired of this already. Right, what was it you wanted to do with your chemistry before you got centipede tacked?
Before I got centipede attacked, I was going to use chemistry to make Mr. Beck essentially feel immobilized and paralyzed, which is kind of what Dante's already doing.
Alike.
However, since the centipedes attacked before I could do chemistry, I think I would try to, in a kind of a split-second thing, be kind of like a my turn situation. And I want to wish a mystery turn those centipedes onto Mr. Beck. It's an illusion.
To make it look like centipedes, like more centipedes than are attacking Beck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that is going to be rouse from you, and then your manip obfuscate, Mr. Beck. I will take a composure plus wits, please.
Okay. I got that many. And then, yeah. That's real not good. None of this is good for me right now, but, Okay. I have a result. It's not great.
Let's see how we do against right.
Ooh.
Oh, what a good sound.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 critical.
And how did we do, Mr. Beck?
3?
So you were like so close. So close.
For sure. I only had 3 dice to roll.
So you did like so good.
Oh, good, right? Oh my god.
So you are suddenly understanding just how weaponized chaos can become here. This very quickly went from these fucking guys to you dying like right here on your boat. In like the blink of an eye. And as you're thinking this, you've released your centipedes, you're like, alright, at least this crazy bitch is handled. I'll deal with my melting self in just a sec. But these centipedes that have been part of you, that you have used, that you are familiar with, as they head towards right, they suddenly seem to turn about, ready to turn on you and start moving back towards you instead. Which is not something that's ever happened. Please hit me with your plan.
My plan is to burst into flames. I would like to spontaneously combust into fire. Fire bad. Using Fata Morgana and as a burning sensation. Call your doctor if it lasts more than 4 hours.
If it lasts more than 4 turns.
Okay.
Right.
3 hours of a burning sensation like a good thing?
Depends on the
A
burn.
couple minutes?
Depends on the type of burn. Like, depends on. Is it like an inner
4
burning
hours.
sensation, like a hot passion inner burning sensation?
Yeah, I mean, yours and Christina's hot burning has been going on for a while now.
So it's intelligence awareness versus this roll?
Yes, please.
And
Okay.
I'm also burning a willpower. Another one. I got plenty of these to go around for the next 5 minutes I'm alive.
Yeah, that's the joy of being the NPC here. You're like, willpower, rerolls.
Okay.
5 critical.
7.
7.
2.
And 2.
Here's the fun part.
Yes.
Frenzy.
I'm already at hunger 5. And Douglas Beck has just triggered a frenzy in me.
But
All right, so let's deal with Right real quick, since she's not quite so fangularly attached to Beck just now. So Right, you are standing there, and your illusion works. It turns back around, and these things start heading back towards Mr. Beck, who reacts by spontaneously combusting. And as far as you can tell, it is 100% real, and like you would know, because you do this stuff. So Mr. Beck is now on fire right in front of you. Every part of you says, run.
you're not getting my blood.
Get away from this. The voice, the beast in your head is screaming that you need to get out of here. Ezra, you are far enough away that you're not going to be triggered by this, but you see Mr. Beck burst into flames.
Oh.
That tracks.
I love this pack. Right. Would you like to make a willpower check to stay
yeah.
here, or do you just want to? Nope.
I will willpower check. That is gonna be rolling what's left of my willpower. Still got some. I still got some.
Yeah.
I haven't used all of it yet.
Oh, right. Ezra, regain 1 willpower because you were crashed at my place, and I have the clan coterie merit for hospitality.
I got 3
I feel
successes.
it. I feel it inside. I like it. The willpower. Come on.
Sure. Eggplant emoji.
Eggplant emoji. I'm sorry, right? What did you get? I was busy laughing.
Got 3.
3?
Yeah.
You do not like Fox Frenzy. I don't know if that's a thing in V5, but you do not immediately Fox Frenzy at this and bail out. But you need to get away from this. You know it, without question.
I'm definitely gonna move back away, but I'm still keeping an eye on
All of this.
Yeah, on all of that. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna yeah, then I'll wait. I'm just gonna keep an eye. I was gonna do a thing, but I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait. That's fine.
There's so many fire and centipedes already.
Fire and centipedes. A normal warrior thing.
Mr. Beck was a little rude to me by sending centipedes at me, so
But then he was on fire.
Yeah.
that's why I'm just gonna wait for a minute. I'm gonna see what Dante's gonna do, because I can do a thing from being this far away because I've got irresistible voice, but
Not for long.
So, Dante.
I am at Hunger 5, latched on, already tasting blood, off of a Medsi critical, where I already have my covetous compulsion, where I must take possession of something, which I've already claimed, and now I'm frenzying. So I can't run. I'm going to. The form of pair is going to drop, and you're going to see Dante latched onto you, and you're going to hear through the blood pouring into his mouth this scream. As I reach up, I rouse check, and I'm going to grab onto this flaming stomach and rip using flens to just yank flesh off of this, and I'm now trying to tear a hole into this melting, fiery person.
see, Beck, you could have just gone through the diablerie, just a quick little, eat. That was it. But no, you chose violence, and
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just making I'm basically just making a combat roll at this point, for how much damage I deal.
Go ahead and let us know.
It's like 3 superficial. So as I rip into your stomach, and I'm still draining you, and I'm fleshcrafting you, and it's been 3 turns of that so far.
Things are going poorly, Mr. Beck.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
after 3 turns, I can't guarantee that you have functioning eyes right now,
No.
because Mel.
Yeah.
I sure do want to pull away from this thing on my leg. I would like that to get off right now. I also, can I do the auto heal thing per turn as well?
I assume so.
You can. I'm in the process of taking your blood from you, so
That's fair.
yeah,
I have plenty of that. I was drinking it before you came. I definitely want to separate myself from this thing. Desperately.
Desperately.
How do I do this as good
I
as
guess
possible?
a strength check.
Yeah, I would probably go ahead and call that. You know what? Give me a strength and add whatever highest you may happen to have of athletics or brawl or survival.
Name another one.
Or
How about persuasion?
I'm not giving you persuasion. Firearms. It's a physical roll. You have to do a physical thing.
Guys, it's not looking good. Oh boy. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Oh boy. 6 messy crit as I flens again.
How did you
on
get
him.
this many messy criticals? That's not mathematically possible.
Path of the Beast.
Oh my god.
Best
Everyone
dice
here
pool.
is very designed for the thing they do.
I'm clawing a hole through Douglas Beck's stomach as I continue
Gross.
to attempt to diablerize him from his femoral artery, and I melt him into an immobilized statue.
Yeah.
This is now turn 4.
Yeah.
I don't got a option.
Mr. Beck, there is not a whole lot you can do here. Now would be about the time to make them a final offer.
Make peace with my
or
god.
Make peace with your god.
Before your mouth goes away.
Yeah.
Give them
you know
a
what?
cool death line.
Here's what
it's
I'll
really
do.
the best you can.
Yeah. I will use Fata Morgana again to make a better copy of me that's not all melted. Next to me, just going, oh, whoa, guys, this got out of hand. Let's have a chit chat real quick, okay? Because you guys are way out of your head. Like, this is out of your depths. You could suck me dry. Sure, fine, very cool. But there's a whole other thing here going on I could clue you into. You guys are being used right now. You have no idea. Like, seriously, just, maybe not melt me into a I have no mouth and must scream. Let's work something out. I could just leave town and you could have all this info I got and I can no longer be here.
Is there any way for me to jump down and like, I don't know how to dismiss a vision or a specter, like
Interact with it.
Yeah, like I just want to drop down, like swipe through it and shut it up.
You certainly can. Seeing as you saw Beck there, getting eaten, getting
On
flensed,
fire.
getting burst into flames, you do not have to roll to realize that this thing beside him is an illusion. So you can absolutely jump down and...
And that's what I do. I just drop down, just kind of right in the middle of it, so it like dissipates. And as I land, those shadows kind of like out from me. It's so fucking hot. Anyway.
Wish I could see it with my eyeballs.
Well,
Feel it.
Imagine it, hear it, feel it with the vibrations. And I just kind of look at Dante and I'm like, fucking go. What are you waiting for?
I'm frenzying, so I'm going.
All right, Dante.
And I've never seen Dante look like this before.
No,
Like,
you
it's
did
gotta
see
look
him
fucking
burst
crazy.
into horrid form, but that wasn't
Right.
Dante. That didn't look like Dante. This is the Dante you have spent the last night with, who was controlled and planning and thought you were all children, and now here he is.
Right's gonna reach her arms out and grab Ezra and pull him back to her. Like,
Yeah,
Is
go
this
with
your
it.
Apparently
Really?
by a rope.
I'm just grabbing his arms and just like.
Mr.
I'm just
Beck,
gonna,
what is
like-
your blood potency?
I hope I wrote that down somewhere. I'm sure I did. Somewhere. On this. It's dose.
Okay, I have rolled my strength and resolve test at a difficulty 3 for the first round, and I've gotten 4. I will have to do one more to initiate this diablerie.
Great. We're gonna become real close friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One more turn.
One more turn, and really, Mr. Beck, you could probably pop another illusion if you really just wanted to keep antagonizing them at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean, at this, I don't have any other options. I'm kind of a blob. So I'll do another illusion, but this time it's me on the bow of my ship and I'm looking up towards the night sky again. And I'm just holding that same glass of wine and just going, I never really imagined it this way. I always figured a scorned lover kind of situation. But, this isn't half bad. It's a good story. And at least, I'll have a friend forever. I'll get to live on in some other way and some other person. We're going to become great friends, me and my new floor friend. Sips the wine, continues to stare.
Right, Ezra, you want to do anything on this round before I do the final roll?
No, I think I'm letting Wright pull me back and letting you have your space.
Right's gonna hold on to him. She's like, "Look, isn't he pretty?"
The illusion bug will look
he's
back
something
being
else.
like me.
5 critical.
So
Jesus Christ. I don't think I've
So-
rolled 5 critical on anything. Ever.
So now you, Douglas Beck, have to roll your resolve and blood potency against my humanity and blood potency. My humanity is already 1 lower.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot of dice for that, fellas.
That's fine.
That's fine. Easy for you to say.
is the one not being diablerized yet.
3.
6.
Great.
So I gain. So at that, I gain 15 experience points, and finally, like, release as this figure falls down. I just crawl on top of it, face against muddled face as it just desiccates, and just go, mine.
This is getting intimate.
Still riding that compulsion. I just finally got it.
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
And as
Yeah,
as Dante takes those last few drops and Mr. Beck's mutilated body burns away into ash, the illusion of Mr. Beck that was up on the deck takes one final sip of wine and stares up into the night sky and disappears with a lot more elegance than the real Mr. Beck died with.
And as I look down at Beck, like, again, desiccating, I'm just gonna cock my head to the side, and as I do, one side of the hair just sort of bleeds from blue to the matching wine red as I take that.
Well, this was way easier than I thought it would be. I mean, yeah, a few little centipede bites and shit like that, but nah, it's fine. Like, totally easier than the last few. Dante, buddy, you good? You good, buddy?
Right, I feel wonderful.
I'm so proud. You look fantastic. I like the hair thing. It looks great on you.
Thank you.
I
No
I
problem.
look down at the floor, the deck, and I see a little like frog keychain. I just kind of bend down, pick it up, and I kind of toss it to Dante. I'm like, you dropped something there.
Just catch it and squeeze it a few times. And I'm going to pluck the rose off of the remaining suit of Douglas Beck, along with fishing his cell phone out from his pocket. I'm just going to pocket those.
Dante's pocket rattles heavily with many a stolen cell phone.
You need me to hang on to one of those?
I think I might wind up needing it later. But thank
Okay,
you.
cool. No problem. I'm so proud of you. You did so well. That was a really neat trick. Like, seriously. Like, how did you... Like, you could do, like, the feely thing, huh? You knew, like... He was totally trying to make a break for it, and you could tell, right? That was what it was.
I had to wait. It's hard to always tell exactly where you are, but the bugs actually helped a lot. Getting a
That's
better
fair.
sense of pinpointing.
That's totally fair.
This is a nice ship.
Yeah, we should totally keep it.
It has history.
Really? Like what? Is it a pirate? Please tell me it was a pirate ship for real.
I'm
gotta
not
know.
not certain, but
In
it's definitely
fact-
got age to it.
As you guys are standing there, you do sort of realize that this very fancy, very white, very expensive boat has sort of changed underneath your feet. The planks are not exactly clean. The siding needs repair. This is an older boat. This is not what it looked like when you stepped on board.
Cheap Toreador.
I don't know
Dante?
about that.
I look
Any
up
for
the
your
top
thoughts,
deck.
love?
Does it have masts as if for sails?
Sure.
I was curious just how old it secretly is.
It's not like an ancient boat, like it's definitely still a modern boat, but what it is no longer is a $500,000 boat. Maybe it was 20 years ago, but someone has distinctly let this fall into disrepair, and the silk lounge that you can see in the next room is a little moth-eaten, the gold signs are a little falling apart.
So it's less about like upscaling and ancient beauty and more about like disguising the old and busted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
tracks.
know. I think it'd be still a lot of fun to keep around, you know? We
Call it a
can have fun on it.
fixer-upper.
I mean, sure. I think it would be a lot of fun. Like, we should totally keep this, and like when we're done here, you know, if we decide we don't want to like just take the city for ourselves, we should go sailing. Take out on the open sea.
I'd like
Pirate
that.
hats.
I haven't been on a boat since I came over here.
Yeah, see? I think it's a great idea. We should totally do that.
Lovely.
So who here, Larkin exchanged phone numbers with a few people. Who
Yes.
here gave Larkin their number? I know Ezra did, and I know Christina did, not that she's here.
I don't think I did.
Right, I don't believe you did either.
I don't think that I did. I don't think that I took any number or cards or anything like that, nor did I exchange a number or card.
Yeah, Dante, I think you took his card. I don't think
Yes.
he had your number.
Correct.
So Ezra, your phone goes off again.
But it's on like vibrate, right?
Oh, totes.
So they're chatting about the bow, and I just kind of like yeah, bow, and kind of.
So you have a text from Larkin again. And it says,
Fucking guy, I don't want these nudes. I don't know what's the deal. This dude, like, that's why I don't get my number out.
What is it? You said that out loud?
No, this is all narration
Okay, let's
for
say-
humor.
Just say, go. What is it? Like, tell it live.
No, I'm
That's
being chill.
hilarious.
I'm being discreet.
totes discreet. The text says, time's up. Prince is at the Candlewick Hotel. Get here ASAP. We missed something.
I text back, just kind of again very quickly, like, and I think in my head, man, T9 was so much easier to do in your pocket. But I use the smartphone and I text back, what about the sheriff?
You get an answer back that says, couldn't find him, don't know, but the frogs have been croaking all night.
I text back, weird kink, but okay. And then I just like put my phone in my
Typing dot
pocket.
dot dot. Cut to Larkin like, the fuck? And Wright and Dante are still discussing taking the boat onto the open water.
And I just look back and I say, Night's not getting any younger. I think we gotta move faster than we thought. And I kind of hold my phone up.
Well, we're gonna have to find our fourth before we
But
dive into things.
what did we miss?
It's just fucking bullshit. Who cares what he says?
So are we gonna go, or are we just gonna go down the rest of the list?
Even if we do go, we still are missing a person.
Fair. Now
It
that
is
I'm
true that you're
complaining.
getting closer to dawn. The convenience until sunrise has begun to elapse. If you are hoping to kill the prince and escape this city tonight, the last few names on the list are probably going to have to wait.
Prince is everything. Sheriff is secondary. Let's maybe talk while we drive. I'm not worried about Christina. She's gonna find us one way or another. Fuck, she might be right over here. Who the hell knows?
As you wish. I'll drive, and I'm just gonna loop my arm around Dante and then the other one around Ezra and start leading. Like, I'm walking with their arms, like, so they have no choice but to walk with me.
And yeah, no, I take it gladly. And Dante already had the obvious predator look, but at Humanity 3, it's becoming unmaskably obvious. Like, he's starting to look, he still looks human, but that face that Wright saw away from everybody else is starting to come through a bit more.
So the three of you head back up towards the car. You, for a second, attempt to walk 3 abreast up the plank downwards and quickly remember what a poor idea that was. Until you reach your car and the guard, as per his instructions, quite happily buzzes you out. And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. Or at least, that's where this part of the pack is going to end tonight. But for those of you watching, don't go anywhere, because Christina's just getting started on her hour. Well, welcome to what you didn't see, and more importantly, what the rest of the cast haven't seen yet either. Just in case you're joining us this far into the game, don't do that. But also, this is still an adult game with troubling themes. So we're gonna go ahead and do a real quick hello to our only cast member right now, Ellie.
Hello everyone, I am Ellie Collins and I play Christina the La Sombra.
And I am still your storyteller, Lex, so let's get right into this. While the events of episode 6 that you're seeing, or just saw, are happening to the pack, we're gonna jump back in time just a scooch to the ending of episode 5 and the last time we saw Christina. When we left her, she had just noticed the one lone figure in the road in front of her, and they had spoken in her mind. Christina, you don't recognize this person, and they're just standing there staring at you.
Yeah. Given what they said though, I'm gonna get out of the car, but slowly making sure that like I'm not like turning my back to them, I'm like facing them the whole time.
For sure. As you start getting out of the car, the one of your boys, the one in the passenger seat, is like, are you sure you want to do that?
Look, like, how bad's it gonna be? If whoever it is, if they start some shit, I'll just kill them. It's not that big of a deal.
And the one in the back seat is like, be careful then.
I will. Thank you, sweetie.
And Christina exits her completely empty car. And you are now standing on the side of, on the road beside your car, and this figure is just standing there, dark hood up. You can't really tell who they are, or if they're male or female. You can't really tell much about them. But they are clearly inhumanly still.
By inhumanly still, like, I can tell, like, they're not breathing, like,
yes, you can.
Kind of, okay.
They are not making any attempts to hide it. They might, in fact, be doing that thing where they go preternaturally still, so that it's like...
Okay.
I see you see me.
Alright, I am just gonna look at them and go... Alright, clearly there is something you want to say to me. So, are we gonna talk in the middle of the road? Or do you have some spooky special meeting place?
This place is the same as any other.
Okay. I'm going to Was my car on the the parallel park, or am I like physically in the road?
You were like physically in the road. This person
Okay.
was just like standing in the middle of the road. The
Okay.
area is empty, which isn't like
Okay.
surprising, but it's also like real empty.
Okay. That was my concern, was a car coming out of nowhere.
Just wiping both of you out. Here comes a semi.
This is ATL by night. Yeah, I'm just gonna lock the car and I will approach them but stay out of arm's reach. And just, all right, what's your deal, I guess.
A city burns here tonight, be it this city or another. A fire set by your hand, Christina, and the hand of those like you.
Okie dokie. I like the sound of that. That actually sounds pretty cool. I like burning cities.
You possess
Who
a
are
list
you?
born of jealousy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But who are you?
You know who I am. My name is on your list.
Okay. So, if I pull the list out of my pocket, because I still have my half of the list, right? Okay.
Yeah, you took one rip of the list with a name on it.
Okay, so I'm gonna look down at it. Whose name is it?
The piece of the list you have is Zand, the Malkavian Primogen.
I'm just gonna look at it and go, all right, that makes more sense. Hi, Zand.
Hello, Christina.
How do you know me? Is that like a Malkavian thing, or is that like a history thing?
Your names have been written in the stars since the day you were all created.
Well, that's
The
kinda
gates have been
nice.
flung open for the wolves.
That's not kind of nice. So why did you stop me? Arguably, if you're on my list, I was gonna come find you either way. So what's the deal?
This city may burn, but it does not need to burn down. This place has been home and it has been haven for many. One of your own finds his home here. I come to you not to ask you not to do what you are going to do, but to ask you to step carefully when you do what it is you're set to do.
Okay, so do what we were gonna do anyway, but be careful with the city. Make sure it doesn't all
Be
go
careful
tits
with
up.
those who would tell you your business.
Okay. I think I can do that, and I think I can convince the others. Well, I can convince most of the others to do that. I don't really have any desire to destroy this city, to be perfectly honest. My desires are personal ones.
Such is why you have separated from your pack. Such is why I was able to approach you and only you.
Admittedly, I separated from my pack for other personal reasons. I'll go back when I'm ready.
A wild heart burns fiercest.
Yeah. Shit's kind of different when your favorite thing to do starts to feel like a bad idea.
A bad idea or a wrong idea?
There you go, bringing morality into it, and that's not my strong suit. We're not.
One need not be
moral
led by
creatures.
morality. The king behind the wall already knows of your approach. You're aware of this.
Yeah.
He will sick his dogs upon you when you attempt to arrive. And it will seem the smartest thing to lay low your enemies, to strike them and leave their blood upon the cobblestones, but I beg you to choose a different path.
So with that, I need some questions answered.
Answers to questions I may have.
Who is Larkin? Like, really? Like, from a Malkavian perspective, who is Larkin?
Larkin is a child. A child grasping for blocks his hands are too small to hold.
There we go. Now you're speaking my language. So, we have a child who hired a bunch of people so that he could sit at the big boy table. What happens if we do that?
If you follow Larkin's list to the letter, to the man, to the woman, and to the prince, this city will stand no further. Larkin is a fool, but a smart fool, a dangerous person who is willing to cut corners. He is not the betrayer you've been led to believe he is, but he is not the savior he believes he is.
Interesting. Huh. Very interesting indeed. So, if we didn't do it, if we stopped, that just means everybody's going to come after us for what we've already done.
The
Right?
prince's time has elapsed. He will not see another sunrise. This city will not see another sunset. Not the way it was as of last night. You have crumbled the foundations of this place. But broken foundations do not always need to sink into the seas. If you stop now, if you leave only shattered castles in your wake.
So in a way, we have to finish what we started because we've come too far now.
I believe they call it the point of no return.
You're picking up what I'm putting down. All right. I don't like having to do things I don't want to do. Tell me about the others. The other people that we're supposed to deal with.
Those yet to come?
Yes.
And his eyes roll back in, or their eyes roll back into their head until you can just see the whites for a second, and they crane their head back. The Keeper, the man made of lies. He has met his end this eve at the hands of your friends.
Well, there goes that one, I guess.
There's a primogen She has followed you. She has kept an eye on you. And she is no little bird. Not the way your Anarch friend said she was. She, croaks her answers. But I believe you have seen her followers behind you this whole night.
Yeah. That I have. Okay.
You have yet to fight the most powerful to come.
The prince.
The prince's dogs. No, not the prince. The prince's dogs. They will find you. You all have ensured that.
What about these dogs?
A scourge who does not know where his loyalties lie. He may show or he may not. A sheriff who knows exactly where his loyalties lie, and they lie only to his own self.
That I can work with. I don't think we need to leave this city in that much rubble after all.
The
Doesn't
sheriff
have to be a
will...
Camarilla city when we're done with it.
You are all one and the same at a certain point.
That's where you're completely right.
The prince, he is going to be shocked by these goings on, even though he knows what's coming. He's not yet fully understood the scope of the betrayal in his own home.
Okay. If I may ask something a bit more personal.
Answers I may have.
Tell me about my pack.
A gentleman beast who seeks to avoid his own torments. A would-be king, not yet powerful enough for a crown. And a crazy girl.
It's interesting.
They do not
to say
have
about one of
betrayal. I have met my own kind similar to her before. The young revel in the things they feel. It takes time to learn when to revel.
I take it you know more about me than they do.
I do.
What would become of the would-be king if I took him?
The would-be king has thorns in his heart. You can pluck them, but he will eventually bleed out from it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's drunk on shadows currently.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
It was.
I like you.
I like you.
I'm not gonna kill you. I
appreciate this. What will your pack think?
don't think they have to know. I think, personally, the way this city is going to be when we leave, it's gonna need you most of all.
A city can be rebuilt. This city has stagnated under Prince Aiden, a man who has held status quo close to his heart.
Cities can be rebuilt best by those who know the blueprints.
If you leave me alive, and you do not burn this city to the ground on the way out, I will rebuild it. It will not be the utopia it believed it was, but it will function.
I think that's fair. I don't think our kind is capable of any kind of utopia. Ever. We don't deserve it.
That is true. There is a snare set for you.
Oh?
There is a thirst for you grows. A thirst for power, a thirst for your blood. A wild cry rises into the night above the sacrificed. Your body is not in danger, but your future may be.
Okay. I'll take that for the I was gonna call it beneficial, but we both know it's not. I'll take that for the kindness that you're doing me.
Your call is about to come in from your contact any minute now. Do not dawdle in answering it. The longer you are here, the greater the betrayal grows. I believe a man told you very recently, the enemy of my enemy is still my enemy. Words like that should be taken at face value.
Understood. Thank you.
I wish you prosperity, Christina.
I wish you sanity, Primogen.
And he steps back, or they step back off of the road and just sort of stand there, no longer blocking your path.
I am going to get back into my car and have my phone in my hand, ready to accept the contact.
And you, as you're sitting in the car, you see the Primogen lift his hand up. And as he does, the phone in your hand buzzes.
I will answer it immediately.
It is a text from Larkin that says, "It's time. Prince is at the Candlewick Hotel. Get here ASAP. We missed something."
Fantastic. I am going to reply and just OMW with a little car emoji. And I'm going to text Ezra.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell him, drop me a pin. I'll come to you. Hopefully you're more awake now.
Gosh, when would that come in? All right, fair enough. I'm just going to go ahead and NPC Ezra here for a sec and extrapolate based on what happened in the previous episode. You get back a thumb up emoji, a blood drop emoji, and an eggplant emoji.
Okay. I will send back a tongue emoji, a peach emoji, and a thumbs up emoji.
And at that point, Ezra puts his phone in the pocket because someone's on fire. Anyway.
Oh no, I'm gonna start driving towards them.
Are you heading towards the Candlewick Hotel, or are you going to head towards where Ezra will inevitably give you a pin?
I will head to the pin Ezra gives me.
Sounds good. As you start driving away, you just see the Primogen just watch the car leave their vision.
I'm just gonna say to my boy in the passenger seat, like, God, I fucking hate Malkavians. I swear. I do what I can with them, but oh my God.
And all of them are just kind of nodding along with you, like, right?
Oh my God. Everything a riddle. Okay, so.
What did he tell you?
We can't burn the city down. That much is fucking obvious. Larkin is a dumb shit. We can't let Larkin be in charge. I don't know. Maybe that means we kill Larkin. I don't fucking know. But I left him alive. Left them alive. They seem to know way more about any of this shit than any of the people that we've killed so far. So it feels like maybe if Larkin's too stupid to do this, we should probably leave someone in charge. They could have killed me in the middle of the road and they didn't, so I think I made a good choice.
And you very distinctly get that impression that if Xand had wanted you not to leave that interaction, you would not have been leaving that interaction.
So, kind of figured. But we're not telling the others. I'm not
of course
telling
not.
them. As far as they're concerned, I fucked off with my piece of the list and I'm back now.
Are you gonna tell them you killed your piece of the list?
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna tell the truth.
None of them will even ask, will they?
That would imply that anyone in this group gives a shit about me.
We care, says the one in the back seat, putting his hand kind of on your shoulder. We
I
care.
knew you'd do a pumpkin. That's why I have you guys.
And you are headed towards the pin with a new understanding, sorta, of what's going on here. Sorta.
Oh no.
And that is where we are going to end this little scene. So let's go ahead and do the briefest round of outros in the history of the world, starting and ending with Christina.
Hi, I have been Christina. I am Ellie Collins. I am the storyteller for ATL by night, and I do a bunch of events with Gehenna Gaming. Just find me on Twitter at Ellie_A_Collins, and I'll have all my stuff there. And probably by the time this has aired, my TTRPG Fear by the Fire will be out. So check that out as well.
I'm so excited. And I was your storyteller, Lex, though you're gonna see me do my actual outros when we hop back over to real time any second now. But since I forgot to plug this when I did those outros, if you have enjoyed the music or the soundtrack for this evening, please check out Same Page Media. They do all of that kind of stuff for us. They're phenomenal. And with that, let's go rejoin 3 players who have no idea what's just happened here. See you there. Welcome back. And now you've all seen something that the rest of these wonderful vampires haven't. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and do our round of outros, starting once again with Zach.
Hi, I'm Zachary Vaudo. You can see my Twitter handle here. You can find me on ATL by Night on Tuesdays. You can find me on Adjacent by Night with Lex and Sam on Saturdays. You can find me on a variety of other channels doing a variety of other things. Find everything I'm doing on Twitter. I am wherever tabletop games are played.
And on to Andrew.
I am Andrew Strother. You can find me on my own show, Roll for Persuasion, where I chat with creators and creatives in gaming and entertainment, and whatever shows I can convince people to let me on. So come check me out. You can see me at Roll Persuasion on Twitter.
And Sam.
Hi, Samantha McLarty. I have been right all the time. I do stuff and things adjacent by night. I don't know. There's so much stuff going on. I don't know when anything is airing at this point. So just, you know what? I'm sure there's links somewhere at Just S McLarty on Twitter and most of the socials. Just follow those. I always post what I'm going to be doing and when. That's your best bet. Again, really bad at outros, so I'm just going to let the next person go. Next.
And our very special guest / tasty snack for this evening, Elise.
Hey everybody, I'm Elise Hawes. You can find me at Elise Hawes on Twitter. I'm also a guest star on Vancouver by Night, and I was a guest star for on ATL by Night. And I'm also in several of their one-shots, including Blue Hour and as well as some of the Dread games. So you can catch me over there sometimes, but usually on Twitter, I'm also going to post everything I do. And yeah, that's me. I love being a good old fruit gusher, you know?
And I have been your storyteller for this evening, Lex. You can find me on stuff. I do things, sometimes other things, but always you can find me on the social medias as a Redhead Vixen, along with my OnlyFans and all that good stuff. So thank you very much for joining us this evening, and we will see you next week as we head into the penultimate episode of this limited series. We'll see you then. Bye.